Hey, friends, and welcome back to Once Upon a Mouse, your go-to Disney podcast. Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into, well, a really massive deep dive today. We've pulled together just a ton of sources, announcements, articles, you name it all, about the incredible amount of new stuff happening and coming up at Walt Disney World.
Seriously, it feels like everywhere you look, there's something new or changing.
Exactly. So think of this as your quick guide.
Right. Our goal here is basically to help you get up to speed fast. What's brand new right now or arriving like this summer, what's coming in the next year or two, and what's maybe a bit further down the road.
Yeah, knowing that quick line is super helpful for planning, right? So you know what not to miss depending on when you're visiting.
Absolutely. And the sources cover, everything. Attractions, whole new lands, food, hotels, events.
It's a lot. So whether you're going soon, maybe next year, or even dreaming about a trip in, say, 2028, we've got you covered. Let's just jump right in with what's happening right now or, very soon.
Okay, let's start in Epcot. There's a brand new lounge experience that just opened its doors. Adults only.
Okay, the Geo82 Lounge
Eh.
opened June 4th, so just a few days ago. It's near Spaceship Earth, right? And yeah, strictly 21 plus. What are the sources saying about the offerings?
It sounds pretty upscale. They mentioned drinks, obviously, but also zero-proof cocktails, wine, beer, and some interesting sounding bites. Things like cannellini hummus and jumbo lump crab gâteau.
Fancy. So not your typical park fare.
Definitely seems geared towards a more, let's say, refined experience, and they're pairing it with a fireworks package, too.
Ah, okay. Tell me about that.
Well, it's a premium offering. You get a private table with a view of the Epcot fireworks luminous. It includes specific drinks, champagne or cocktails, and this tasting tower with savory stuff and sweets during the show.
Sounds amazing, but I saw the price mentioned in the source, $179 per person, plus tax and tip.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. It's a significant investment.
Which really makes you think, right? For you listening, is that kind of VIP view worth adding onto your park day costs?
It's a question of value, for sure. It offers exclusivity, but it's not cheap. And you need those advanced dining reservations 60 days out.
Good point. Okay, shifting gears but staying in Epcot for a sec. If you're visiting like right now, in June.
Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, they're doing a meet and greet, but it's super limited time, June 1st through June 28th, 2025. So a fun little summer bonus.
Definitely. And speaking of summer, cooling off is key. Good news on the pool front.
Oh yeah, Stormalong Bay. Huge favorite over at Yacht and Beach Club. It's been closed for refurbishment.
But it's expected to reopen very soon. The sources point to June 2025, just in time for the summer crowds.
Perfect timing. Okay, what about dining outside the parks? Anything new?
Over at the Swan and Dolphin, yeah. Sheila's Steakhouse is actually closing.
Oh, wow. End of an era.
It is, but it's making way for a new concept from Chef Michael Mina. It's called Bourbon Steak, and it's set to open mid-summer 2025.
Interesting. Back to Epcot. Big news for a classic attraction.
Test Track. It closed back in June 2024, so it's been a while. But it's supposed to reopen late this summer.
And the sources say the reimagining is inspired by World of Motion.
Yes, which is really exciting for folks who remember the original Epcot Center.
Definitely. Any hints about what the ride itself will be like?
Well, they've been testing new ride vehicles, that's confirmed, and that World of Motion inspiration. It suggests maybe less focus purely on car design tests and more on the story of transportation again. We'll have to see.
Can't wait for that one. Okay, Magic Kingdom now. New nighttime entertainment coming.
A whole new parade. It's called Disney Starlight Dream, The Night Away, and it debuts July 20th, 2025.
What kind of feel are they going for?
Sounds pretty classic Disney magic. Stories from Pinocchio, Encanto, Frozen, Moana. The source mentions floats with princesses and their princes. So think grand, enchanting.
Nice. Now, important heads up for anyone visiting in July or August. Some things are closing temporarily.
Right, and these are tied to bigger projects down the line. Starting July 7th, over in Magic Kingdom, the Rivers of America, the Liberty Square Riverboat, and Tom Sawyer Island, they're all closing.
That's quite a bit of Frontierland and Liberty Square impacted, and it's to start groundwork for something new, which we'll get to later.
Exactly. And then in August, two big rides are closing for upgrades. Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run in Hollywood Studios.
And Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, both closing in August. We'll talk about their upgrades when we look further ahead.
Okay, but sticking with the happening now vibe, seasonal events are back.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns August 15th, running select nights through Halloween, October 31st.
The usual setup. Ticket gets you in at 4 p.m., party starts at 7.
That's right. All the exclusive entertainment, snacks, characters, and that all ages trick-or-treating.
Always a highlight. Anything new for the party this year mentioned in the sources?
Yes. A couple of really interesting things. For the first time ever at the party, Mickey and Minnie are meeting guests together in their Halloween costume.
Oh, that's huge. Where?
Tony's Town Square Theater. That'll be a popular spot. Also, Jack and Sally are meeting, and the source notes Jack's look is being updated to be even more movie accurate this year.
Cool. Okay, so after Halloween.
Epcot Food and Wine Time. The festival returns August 28th, running through November 22nd.
Expecting the usual mix, new booths, bands, merch.
Pretty much. New food, new Eat to the Beat bands, new merchandise collections. The sources do mention that fans are really hoping some things like the culinary demos might come back this year. Fingers crossed for those.
Yeah, those are always fun. Any other major openings happening towards the end of 2025?
There's something completely different coming to Disney Springs called Level 99.
Level 99, what is that?
The source describes it as an interactive social entertainment thing for adults, tweens, keens. Think physical and mental challenges in these really artistic rooms.
So part escape room, part obstacle course, part art installation.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be their biggest location yet. Over 60 challenge rooms and dual rooms. Plus dining, they specifically mention award-winning Detroit-style pizza.
Okay, that sounds unique for Disney Springs. Intriguing.
Definitely a different vibe. And also coming late 2025, this one sounds amazing. A new lounge in Magic Kingdom's Adventureland.
Ooh, Adventureland Lounge. Tell me more.
It's called the Beacon Barrel Lounge, and it's themed to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Shut up. Seriously?
Seriously. It's described as a first-of-its-kind thing, actually extending the story of the ride. There's a new character, Captain Meridian Mary Goldwyn, and her first mate, Rummy, who apparently looks like the Barker bird.
No way. That's fantastic. Is it adults only?
Nope, family-friendly. Drinks and bites for everyone, but also specialty cocktails for the 21-plus crowd. The hope, according to the sources, is that it'll be like Trader Sam's, really immersive, maybe some interactive elements, and enchanted pirate bar.
I am so there for that. Okay, and rounding out late 2025, holidays.
Holidays are definitely happening. Christmas after-hours parties are confirmed to return, plus new festive stuff. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is back. Exclusive shows, overlays, characters, treats, snow on Main Street.
And that Santa's Christmas Carnival area they added last year.
Expected to return, yeah. And the source suggests Jollywood Nights might be back at Hollywood Studios, too.
Good to know. We should also probably quickly mention the resort refurbs, the sources noted.
Right. Mostly room refurbs. Port Orleans Riverside runs through January 2026, Wilderness Lodge Copper Creek Villas through September 2025, and the Polynesian Village Resort work continues through 2026.
So you might see some construction, but pools, dining, etc. should be open.
Generally, yes. Oh, and a small update at Pop Century Everything Pop. Reopened back in April with a new coffee and treats window and apparently a giant shareable ice cream sundae.
Nice. And one more perk for 2025.
Free water park access. If you're staying at a Disney Resort hotel in 2025, you get 1 day free at a water park during your stay.
That's a great bonus. Okay, wow, that was a lot just for the immediate future. Let's shift gears now. What's coming a bit further out, say 2026, 2027?
All right, the midterm future. Some big projects here. Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's getting more than just track replacement. It reopens in 2026.
What else are they adding?
The source mentions plans for new effects, lighting, and possibly even water. Features things like rainbow geyser pools and maybe tire track effects in the water. Could make it feel even wilder.
Sounds cool. What else for that time frame?
That free water park perk for resort guests, expected to return in summer 2026. Details like dates or which park are still TBD, though.
And a whole new hotel.
Yes. Disney's Lakeshore Lodge. Planned for sometime in 2027. It's going on the Old River Country site near Fort Wilderness.
Oh, interesting location. What's the theme?
Inspired by nature and Disney artists. Expected to be a DVC resort. Details are still pretty scarce, but it's officially announced and happening.
Okay, and a massive change coming to Animal Kingdom.
Huge. Dinoland USA is transforming into Pueblo Esperanza. It's themed to the tropical Americas and planned to open later in 2027.
This feels like a major reimagining for that park section. What kind of attractions are planned?
Well, this really changes the feel of that area. The sources point to two main things. First, an Encanto-themed ride inside the casita.
Inside the house. How would that work?
Concept art suggests maybe a boat ride, taking you through the magical rooms, maybe seeing Antonio's room turn into a rainforest, encountering characters like Bruno. Sounds pretty immersive.
That fits Animal Kingdom perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And the second attraction.
An Indiana Jones ride. It's replacing the dinosaur attraction.
Oh, wow. Like the one in Disneyland.
Sounds like it. Exploring a Maya temple. Thrilling adventure. Similar to the rides in California and Tokyo. So, a big headliner for the new land.
Okay, now let's circle back to Magic Kingdom. Those closures, starting July 7th, Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island.
Right, that's all prep work for Piston Peak. This is the new Cars-themed land.
Taking over Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America area, that's a huge footprint.
Massive. And the sources say it even sort of incorporates Tiana's Bayou adventure nearby. Construction starts soon, but the opening is more in this midterm window, possibly stretching longer.
So, Piston Peak National Park. What's the vibe? What kind of rides?
Think Cars meets a national park? Like Yosemite, maybe? The main attraction sounds like a big race ride through mountain trails. The description mentions dodging geysers, splashing mud, and this interesting phrase. More planes than Cars terrain.
More planes than Cars terrain? What does that even mean? Like from the Planes movies?
That seems to be the implication, yeah. Like those dusty mountainous settings. The ride vehicles are still cars, though, with personalities. There's also a second, smaller Cars ride for younger kids.
Okay, family friendly. And a third ride.
A giant carousel.
Yeah.
But themed with carvings of Disney animals. Kevin from Up, Hey Hey, Timon and Pumbaa, Scuttle, Abu, Ayore are all mentioned. Sounds really charming and artistic.
Plus water features, shade, and a Ranger J animatronic telling stories. Sounds like a pretty big addition.
Definitely. Okay, ready to look even further out, 2028 and maybe beyond.
Let's do it. Those rides closing in August, Buzz Lightyear and Smuggler's Run. They're coming back in 2028 with upgrades.
Significant upgrades, according to the sources. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin gets new vehicles with real-time scoring right on them.
Oh, that's cool. No more squinting at the score panel.
Exactly. Plus, handheld blasters with laser sights, 2 colors, and the Z-targets will react better, light up when hit. And a new robot character buddy to preview.
Sounds like a solid gameplay improvement. What about Smuggler's Run?
Also reopening in 2028 with totally new missions. You might see characters like Mandalorian, and the source mentions Goku.
Wait, Goku? From Dragon Ball Z? Seriously?
That's what the source material we reviewed stated, yeah. Definitely an unexpected crossover mention there.
Huh, okay. What else for the new missions?
New destinations. Bespin, Tatooine, Death Star Ruins, Coruscant, Beggar's Canyon. Big changes, you get to choose where you fly. And there's a storyline involving Hondo and Naka on Tatooine that apparently ties into Star Wars films coming in May 2026.
More control, more destinations, maybe more anime characters. Very interesting.
Beyond ride upgrades, the really big rumor, confirmed by sources, is a Villain's Land in Magic Kingdom.
Yes, people have wanted this forever. What did the sources say?
It's set to open, focused on dark, edgy themes. That D23 Brazil preview showed a ton of villains. Queen of Hearts, Jafar, Evil Queen, Cruella, Hook, Maleficent, Gaston, Mother Gothel, Ursula, Hades, Chernabog.
Wow, the whole rogues gallery. What's the story concept?
This is where it gets really interesting. Chairman Josh Diro apparently shared the premise. A spell pulls villains from all over, but, get this, the heroes don't show up to save the day.
Whoa, so maybe no happily ever after.
That's the implication.
Yeah.
It sounds like a deliberately different, maybe darker tone. A bold move, really.
Definitely. Any hints about Rise in Villain's Land?
The sources mentioned 2 possibilities. A coaster, described with thorny tracks and maybe an inversion.
Sounds appropriately menacing.
And also a cavern attraction, suggesting something dark and atmospheric.
Okay, any other major long-term projects hinted at?
One more big one mentioned for Hollywood studios. Monstropolis.
A Monsters, Inc. area.
Yeah. Including a new theater show and a new suspended coaster, also called Monstropolis. No timeline given, but sounds like another major park expansion.
Goodness. Okay, if you step back and look at all this, Piston Peak, Pueblo Esperanza, Villain's Land, Monstropolis, Lakeshore Lodge, all the ride overhauls.
It's a massive amount of investment and change. Disney World is definitely getting, as the source called it, a major glow-up.
It really is. So bringing it back to the listener, what does this huge wave of updates mean for you planning a trip?
Well, it means there's constantly something new coming. Whether you visit this year, next year, or you're planning way out for 2028, you'll likely encounter new experiences. Knowing the timeline helps you manage expectations. You know what might be open, what might be closed for refurbishment, and maybe when the best time for your specific interests might be.
We covered so much: lounges, lands, rides, events, hotels. It's honestly kind of staggering.
It really is. Which leads to maybe a final thought to chew on. With such a huge variety of new themes coming, you've got nature resorts, tropical lands, pirate pubs, but also gritty villain areas and high-tech sci-fi updates. How is all this going to change the overall feel of Walt Disney World? Are they building towards one specific vision or embracing a more diverse, maybe even eclectic collection of experiences for the future? What kind of park is it becoming? Something to think about.
That's a great question. Lots to look forward to and consider. Thanks for tuning in to Once Upon a Mouse. If you love all things Disney, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more magical content, and click the bell so you never miss an episode. See ya real soon.